Welcome to the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show, where we talk about food, fashion, finance, and foundations of life. We are live on KCAA Broadcasting Network, 10:50 a.m., following broadcasts in 102.3 FM and 106.5 FM. We are serving the world one household at a time. KCAA is affiliated with CNBC, NBC News, and NBC Sports. We are sponsored by Sheltered Studios, Fire Up Connect, and Kimiator Peak Performance Coaching.
And we are back. I'm Liam Watkins, your host, and I have Nas here.
Hello.
Nas, aka Chxpsticcs, aka Sticks, is in the building. Can you give us a little background? What is Chxpsticcs? Where'd you get that from?
Chxpsticcs is like, I was playing a video game and I just like had this really good like item in the game, and I just like to name it the chopstick.
Uh-huh.
I just loved using it all the time, so I decided to have that as my own username.
I like it.
On many other social medias and video games and stuff like that.
I like it. And then you want to use that and build a business around that, right?
Yes, I would love to build like a food business, having a mix of different cultures and other type of food businesses to help them and support them, get them higher than anybody ever was.
Yeah. So your mom is Filipino, your dad is Nigerian. I'm sure you've tried foods from both of those cultures, right?
Yes.
That is awesome. What would you say one of your favorite foods is that you make with your mom and dad?
One I would make with my father would probably be jollof rice.
Ooh.
I like eating that. It's really good, really easy to make. Just get some tomatoes, like onions, some other things, and then mainly rice.
Mm-hmm.
At my mom's side, I like to have chicken adobo, which is like a vinegar and soy sauce, and you boil it with some chicken wings.
Okay. Yeah. No, those all sound amazing. So where did you learn to cook? You just happened to fall upon it? I know you of course learned from your mom and dad, but where that love, that inspiration of, I want to be in the kitchen, I want to create something. Where did that come from?
It came from like social media. I watched like a lot of social media, and I used to see how they made foods, and I just loved to see how they make it, and it's really good to me. So I just decided to make my own, and it tastes good.
Yeah. You and I talked a couple days ago. We just wanted to catch up, meet on the phone for the first time, and then before we met officially here in the studio, and I was so not surprised, but I was encouraged that you were such a smart kid, and that you had big plans, because I don't remember at 11 for me. I wanted the conventional things. I wanted to be an astronaut. I wanted to be a firefighter. I wanted to go to the Olympics and play in the NFL all at the same time. But I wasn't creating like you are. You're in the kitchen and you're throwing things together and coming up with dishes. And your mom was telling me that you have this slogan when they question you. What is the slogan when you're cooking in the kitchen?
Trust me.
Trust me.
Good.
Okay, why? Because is it because they think it might not taste good, and you're like, no, I know
like
it'll taste good.
They could wonder what it is, and they usually don't like have it in their food, so I could say, trust me, this is really good. You probably never tried it, but I could simulate a flavor into it that you would like.
Yeah, I mean that only makes sense. I want you to also tell the pasta story.
The pasta story is the one I made?
Yeah. And the what I would call a genius, but the marinara story, it could have been a mistake, but it turned into a genius moment.
The pasta I made is my mom was making pasta, and I insisted on making it. I made the pasta, I put it in there, ground beef, got the onions.
Wait, did you make the
minced
pasta
garlic.
from scratch?
I didn't. I got it from a box.
Okay.
But what I did is I messed up, and I put sugar in the water instead of the marinara sauce. So when I put it in the water, it was still really good though. I tried it, and it was amazing. It was one of the best pastas I've ever tried.
Right. All right. Now everybody, I want you to try putting a little sugar in the water. You're talking about letting the water boil, and you usually put a little salt in there, right?
Yes.
To get it to boil, and salt, maybe a little olive oil, but you put sugar instead.
I put sugar with the salt.
Sugar with the salt.
Yes.
See, some things we feel like, oh, that would taste weird, or if you're making a pasta sauce from scratch, throwing a little sugar in there can be a very, very good thing, because the tomatoes are pretty acidic, right? And they got that acidy taste, and then the sugar will complement it, and it'll make you that really nice flavor come out. That's so awesome. So I wanna know about your visions. So you're 11 years old, but
Yes.
I know you have big plans for the future, specifically within the food world. What do you want to do in the food world?
In the food world, I just want to like help other companies. Like if you're a smaller company and I'm really big, I'll try to help you and get your own meal, help you, support you, and give you your own like meal. I already said that, but like sponsor them a lot.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. How do you want to do that? Is there a do you want to do food truck, storefront, stuff like that, or do you want to build a platform online first and then move to the food world?
Yes, I would like to start on the platform like that and then move to more of the bigger areas like my own restaurant, food trucks going around the city. Mainly, my goal is trying to get it around the world, and that's what I'm just trying to do, help other companies get bigger, and yeah.
Yeah, with technology today, we have this ability for anybody of any age to pick up a camera and maybe a mic and just do what it is start recording, do what it is you love to do, and you start to build a following. And then you have these kids that are making millions of dollars, or these semi-adults that are big influencers around the world, and then they're able to use that influence to help other people.
Yes.
So you have a cool opportunity with the technology that we have today, because when I was growing up, this was in the days of dial-up, so you couldn't. Do you know what a fax machine is?
Yeah, I think it's like a printer.
It's
The typer.
Yeah, it's a way to send information.
Yes.
Yeah. So what we would have to do is, in order to use the internet, you would have to turn off the fax machine. So nowadays we have internet, at the
On the
on the
phones,
phone,
all devices,
absolutely. We
computers.
have Wi-Fi, we have Bluetooth, we have all this incredible stuff. So it's a different world, but you just got to use it to your benefit. So yeah, pick up that camera. I know I've already seen a couple videos that you're doing, cooking in the kitchen, and that's awesome.
Yes, I try, like, people who started off as those camera people just got a camera and a microphone. Now they're one of the biggest people in the world. They have many influences on other people, and they could help out the world way easier than they could before when they started.
Absolutely. Now, do you have a favorite dish or type of food that you enjoy cooking the most?
The dish I like in cooking the most is probably, it's kind of simple, but it's an over easy egg. I really like eating eggs. Like, I don't really eat scrambled, but over easy eggs and omelets I'm really good at making. And I have my own seasoning. Probably my main ingredients will be chives and onion powder.
Chives and onion powder. Well,
I don't use a bunch of onion powder, but chives, very flavorful and very good to put on any food you have.
Absolutely. I mean, the simplest thing like garlic, onion, salt, pepper can just completely transform a dish. But you gotta have,
Right
get
measurements.
Right measurements. Exactly. That's what I was getting to, because you could under season and it's just an dish, or you can over season and you end up ruining the dish.
And then you have to put that in the middle. Combine, like you said with your hot sauce, you combine really hot, really flavorful, combine that into one in the middle.
Exactly. Now, do you? When we talked the other day, you were talking about maybe creating like some spices of your own.
Yes. I'm willing on creating some of my own hot sauces, like inspired by other sauces, and adding my own flavor, getting assistance from other hot sauce creators, and just like trying to get them to help me with my recipe and just add my own flavor into it.
Well, that's something I can definitely help you with. Yeah, because I love to get creative in the kitchen. So I like to say that I'm a better creator than I am a businessman. So like I prefer to be in the kitchen fermenting peppers, or making a kimchi and trying to get the best flavor out of it, or just like, yeah, trying to work with hotter peppers and different fruits, because that's my specialty, is like the fruits and the pepper, and not too sweet, pretty spicy if you like spicy, that kind of thing.
Much experimenting.
Yeah, and then turning that into a spice is a whole nother thing, because I was thinking, for my hot sauce, you take like the pineapple habanero and you get a dehydrator, right? Do you know what a dehydrator takes?
Yes, and that's how they get onion powder
Yeah.
and like a bunch of powders like paprika. No, not paprika, but like pepper powder or something. They just dehydrate it and then blend it up,
Yeah, exactly.
and it's a powder.
Exactly, and you can pretty much do that with anything. So you combine it, you see what tastes good, what works, what pairs well with what, and you can get it going.
Once you get it good, you could publish it. Once you think it's good, you shouldn't think about how you think it is. Think how other people would think it is. The whole world would think it is.
Yeah, because it matters if you like it, of course, but it matters even more if others like it. So it's always best to test the market, test your friends and family. Hey, try this, see if this tastes good, see if this if it's spicy enough, if it's not spicy enough, if it's too heavy on the onion or too heavy on the garlic, something like that. Otherwise, you put it to the market, you put it out in the world, and then nobody buys it because they don't like it, or you get a couple people and you get bad reviews. You don't want to do that.
And you also have to be really good at working on other subjects. Instead of making the food really good, you also have to think, how am I going to ship this quickly? What's the quickest way I could ship it? And what's the easiest and most convenient way for other people around the globe?
Absolutely. That's the side of business where it gets really technical. You gotta see what's the cheapest way to ship, what's the smallest package that I can get, to make the shipping cheaper. Where do I make my food, in commercial kitchen or in my home to start? So there's there's so much more to learn, and I'm still learning every single day. I'm learning how to be a better owner of a business, and how to
That's
sell.
how it is. Everybody, even like professionals, always learn.
Absolutely. You never stop learning.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, dude, it's really cool to have you on today. And I wanted to really quick, I know you got to respond a little bit to what Chef Poe was saying, but did you get what he was saying about, just always be yourself when creating a food, a business. Don't let the the confines, the square of society tell you how you have to do things. You can if you find a better way to do things, you do it.
Because really, if they're hating, they're really just giving you attention. Because comments are in the algorithm. Everything like interactive with the channel is all algorithm.
It's true. Yeah. Like I said, you're very smart for being 11 years old. Age is just a number, and you can learn so much at just a young age, and then teach people like me.
Yeah.
So it's awesome. Yeah. So hey, we are gonna move on to our next guest.
Okay.
I'm excited. We'll see you in a minute.
We are live on KCAA Broadcasting Network, 10:50 a.m., following broadcasts in 102.3 FM and 106.5 FM. We are serving over 5 million households in the Inland Empire, North County, San Diego, Orange County, and San Gabriel Valley. We are serving the world one household at a time. We are also in iHeart, Spotify, Tiki Live, Ustream, Apple, iTunes, and anywhere with your favorite podcast. KCAA is affiliated with CNBC, NBC News, and NBC Sports. We are sponsored by Sheltered Studios, Fire Up Connect, and Kim Yater Peak Performance Coaching.